a nobody. Or Billy Joe Saunders, he was about to fight Billy Joe Saunders. A guy fought on a YouTube undercard and nearly lost his fight against a nobody too, or his mandatory, right? So you see the pattern. He either fight nobodies or fighters coming off their worstest performances. Mm-hmm. So that's the issue with Canelo Alvarez. Now I must bring this topic up because a lot of people keep talking about Charlo, right? Charlo went on live Instagram, and when he got asked, did Canelo Alvarez and his team send you an offer? He said, big cap. They capping. They lying for the people that don't know.
He been wanting to fight.
Because he been wanting to fight. If they did send him an offer, this is how silly the claim is, right? If Canelo Alvarez and his team did send Charlo an offer, what sense does it make for Charlo to be the champion right now? So if I'm the champion and you my mandatory and I have to fight you next, so the WBC came to me, let's say I'm Canelo Alvarez, and said, you got to fight Charlo next, right? And I'm like, you know what? Send him an offer. And you turn down the offer. You don't want to fight me. You turn down the offer. Then I'm going to keep my belt because I sent you an offer.
Right.
But they want to say Charlo turned down the offer. However, he took Canelo's strap. What sense does that make? How are you going to turn down the offer and take your opponent's strap? But it's obviously he didn't because Canelo requested a French fries title from the WBC, a title we never heard of. French fries title. I mean, you're the champion of McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm pretty much saying, the issue with Canelo Alvarez is you can't make moves like that and claim you pound for pound number one when you're not even the best in your division. When you're scared to hop into the Lions Den. When Charlo told you, I will fight you in Mexico City. In other words, he telling you he more Mexican than you. That's disrespectful, bro. And then next thing you be like, oh, here my strap, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then his fans talking about, oh, he sent him an offer, man. They whispering to each other and shit. Man, they making dusty excuses that we got to brush off and wipe off before talking about it. Like I said, when it comes to this WBC thing, like Errol Spence, he went through the same thing with his mandatory at the time. I remember Errol Spence was supposed to fight his mandatory. Errol Spence was so feared, his own mandatory turned down the offer. Sanchez was his trainer. He said, man, you know, Errol's a beast. We're not ready. Even though that's his mandatory.
Right.
That's a champion you're about to fight. Is an opportunity. Is a payday. But Errol was so feared, like Rigondeaux, like Mike Tyson, that the mandatory turned down the offer, right?
Exactly.
Did Errol Spence give him his IBF strap and request French fries title? Yeah. No, because he turned it down.
Yeah.
So he kept his belt. That dude don't get an opportunity. You move on. Canelo Alvarez, if it's true, Charlo turned down the offer. Why did you give him your strap? Why didn't you keep it? Now, what sense does that make? So that's why Canelo Alvarez fans, they don't call in. They have no cojones. Like last show, right? It was my birthday. Yeah. I hit 30K. You know, I appreciate all my AKHis. Man, I was beckoning the decaf to call in. Matter of fact, somebody was talking trash, texting me, a Canelo fan and a Tyson Fury fan, all that. I'll call them. I'm calling them on the live because they scared to call in. When I call in, they will hang up. So, like, you can hear on the live, like, them hanging up. So I will call them back. Yeah. And they won't pick up the damn phone, man. I'm talking about I called them 20 times. The man won't pick up. But that's
because it's hard to defend. It's hard.
You cannot
I actually like Canelo. They use him right. He's good for the sport of boxing. But at the same time, what's the excuse?
Canelo fans are pretty much a reflection of Canelo. They got no cojones to debate the best. You know what I'm saying? AKHi the best that's doing it in the game. And his fans are pretty much just like Canelo. They being a no-show. You know what I mean? I'm just calling it what it is. But we can move on to the next round.
How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Pieces of blessings upon all my AKHis and all my sisters out there. Welcome to Boxing Hood episode 1. And with me today, I have a very, very special guest. He was my guest on Split Decision, the first one. Now, as an interim champion, he's making his return on Boxing Hood, first episode. So I truly appreciate David Morrell Jr. I have him with me on the line. David Morrell obviously had a fight on PBC on a successful card because they did 1.3 million views on PBC. Obviously, PBC is the UFC of boxing. David Morrell is a Cuban sensation, one of the best Cuban fighters. He defected to the United States, and now he's fighting under PBC. David Morrell fought Lennox Allen, who was 22-0, undefeated for the WBA interim title, and made history with only 3 fights. He's 3-0 with a WBA interim title. So congratulations champion, for making history with only 2 fights and now 3-0 as a champion. How you feel?
No, I'm good, man.
Hold it, you're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I still got the world. I still got the world. I still got the world. I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.